Hey guys, long time no video and stuff like that. Long time no here. But I wanted to check in because of the stuff that's going on with Sir King, of course, and do like a timeline of events from when he started up until now. So, for people that are new and people that are like on his bandwagon and just holding on to every word that he says and is convinced by who he is as a person, I do want to point out some things that happened when he first came. Now, he's consistently saying that he does not do anything. What has he done to deserve people to go after him? There have been many of things that he has done. Of course, I can't sit here and name everything because I don't remember every single thing because I have other things that I have to do in my life. However, in the beginning, he did say he used like a tactic. It was almost like a scam, stating that he would show himself if people got him to 1,000. So basically, that was something like an incentive for people to subscribe to him with the idea that he was going to expose who he was. And people fell for it. They subscribed. I was one of the people because at that time I felt like he was a pretty decent person. However, I later found out that he wasn't. So at 1,000, he did not show who he was. He used the excuse of, oh, people said that they were going to dox me once I do that, and so I'm not going to show who I am. That was just an excuse for him to use. He had no intentions on exposing who he was, and that just made it seem like it was legit what he was saying. Oh, no, I'm not going to show myself because people were saying they were going to dox me. You wasn't going to show yourself anyway. So moving right along, he then got his 1,000 subscribers and plus, and he was doing his shows, but he kept saying like, "Oh, I don't want my shows to be vulgar. I don't want my shows to be, like the beef sector is. I don't want that." But yet you're in the beef sector, so please make that make sense. That's almost like somebody going to Sodom and Gomorrah and trying to stay holy. Are you okay? Anyway, so no, that's impossible. It's not going to happen. You're a part of this section or community and just own up to it. I've been saying this from the beginning. He's a person that does not like to own up to what he is doing, and he likes to throw rocks and hide his hands. He also lives in a glass house and he throws stones at other people because he'll sit there and criticize people and say, they're doing this in the beef sector, they're doing that, and he's not a part of that. But yet, your content, with the exception of the news in the beginning of his show, is predominantly about the beef sector and its characters in the beef sector. So he continued to report on that. Now, his show used to be pretty decent because he would let people be who they was. And then that's when he started saying, no, no, you can't act like this, you can't do this. He started coming up with rules. He started contradicting himself. He became a hypocrite. So people started noticing. He even started lying and making up things. And he would blow things out of proportion, saying people was going to go to jail and get in trouble for this. And, oh, you're going to serve time if you do this. And it hasn't happened yet. He said Tracy was going to jail. She hasn't gone yet. He makes big deals out of things, and this is all the stuff that he's been doing. So before the newcomers jumped on board, he was making big deals out of things, blowing smoke, and the boy who cried wolf. You could call him all that stuff, because that's what he was doing. He's an attention seeker, in my opinion. He gaslights people. He makes something like a mountain out of a molehill, and oh look y'all, look what's happening, and it's nothing. That's what you would find out. Like, you done made this whole big scene out of nothing. So now, let's move right along into when people started saying that he was Zills. I am a person who did not think he was Zills initially because their voices were different. And like I said, Zills stutters more than Sir King. But anyway, they played a game. And it's so funny because Sir King loves to say how, what did I do wrong? What am I doing? I didn't do anything to anybody. But yet you were sitting there and you pretended to be Zills. You pretended that that was your mother. That was your mother's obituary. You took his identity on. So I'm starting to think that he has an issue with that, and this is something that he probably does. Takes on people's identities. So anyway, Zills played along. But Zills didn't realize that Sir King is like something's probably wrong with him. Like he's weird to the point that he's like a single white female. You know how the lady took the she wanted to be the lady and she took her identity and stuff like that, like a psycho. And that's what he reminds me of. But Zills didn't realize this. So anyway, um, Sir King was saying, no, I'm not Zills, I'm not Zills. He was adamant that he wasn't Zills, and we found out that he was not him. I apologize for mixing up the two. That's when I started getting tired and I had to go back to my family and I went back to work and I forgot about this whole Sir King situation. I had to let it go. So, moving along, we figured out that Zills was not Sir King. There were theories that they lived together, they were brothers, cousins. That was wrong. That was incorrect. That was proven to be incorrect. So, we moved on. So, then we come along to Custard is saying that Malcolm Washington is Sir King because of that trademark. Now, here's the thing with that. That trademark is in Malcolm Washington's name. Sir King can either say one or the other. So first he can say, oh, well, I asked my brother if he would be okay with putting Avatar Nation in his name, and he said he was okay with it. And he's the one that, owns the trademark for Avatar Nation. Or he can say, yes, I did pretend to be Malcolm Washington. And that's, it's not me, it's not my thing, or whatever like that. But here's the thing with this. Sir King, you said that you wasn't Malcolm Washington. He kept saying that's not him, so he did it again. He said it's not me. He was adamant to say it's not me. He was adamant to say that he wasn't Zills. He was adamant to say that he wasn't Wolverine, right? But let's think about something. First of all, if you're not Malcolm Washington, why are you copywriting, sending strikes to people's page under that name? That's falsifying and that's fraudulent because that's not you, right? You said it wasn't you. You said, oh, it's not me, it's not me. And I'm going to do this and y'all won't be satisfied until I get y'all and all that stuff. So if it's not you, how could you send strikes against people's page under that name, right? You're so honest, correct? You're so upright, you're so moral. Here we go with this again. No, he's not. He's the total opposite. That's a lie. Stop using somebody else's name, whether your brother knows it or he doesn't know it. That's falsifying a document when you're sending strikes to people's page under the name of Malcolm Washington. You said it wasn't you. Next, the brother, Tobias Washington. Now they're saying that that's Sir King. But he's on his live trying to divert everybody's attention off of the, topic at hand. But he never said, that's not me. He didn't say it. Now, there has been other times that he's avoided and danced around things and stuff like that. But this time, he's like, oh, well, who are y'all going to say I am next? This person, that person, this person? No, but you didn't say you're not Tobias. Why are you so bent out of shape if you're not Tobias? What are you going to do? You said something about you're going to take actions. How, I need to know because I cannot fathom. How are you going to take actions against somebody if this is not you? Your followers are not asking the right questions and they're not paying attention. How could I carry out anything against somebody if I'm not that person? That does not make sense. The only way that would make sense is if it was you or you're closely related to the person. So that's the timeline because now we're here today and now it's about Tobias Washington. I do believe that this is probably him. He does fit that, image of the person that was showed. Custard, he did, what he did. He was the one that shined the light on this whole thing. And then Jason picked it up. And so now we just need to see what's going to happen next. So now he's sending out these idle threats talking about, oh, well, you're going to see what's going to happen. This is what he always does. This is what Sir King is good for doing. He's always creating this pushing the panic button, talking about what somebody's going to see and what's going to happen, and it never happens. So you guys will see that. That's the timeline for Sir King. Also, I don't understand why Lemon. I still don't understand this to this day, and it's a whole new year. And yes, I'm going to bring this up. Lemon. He continues to sit there being disrespected. This man said the word voodoo. I don't know if anybody saw this video because he privated it, but he said the word voodoo, and that man blasted him like he was his father, abusive father talking to his son. And I don't understand that. You had to smoke for everybody else, Lemon. Everybody. He gets smart. He says whatever he wants to say. But when it comes to Sir King, he has humiliated you so many times, time and time again. But he's going to continue to run back to him, and I see that that's never going to end. So that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to say. Sir King, you are guilty of doing things. Yes, your hands are dirty. You are not an angel. And I even saw a cigarette in your hand on one of those pictures, on those videos on SoundCloud, whatever that is. You said you don't smoke, curse, and none of that, but you was doing a whole bunch of all that. So just be who you are. That's it.